Hey, I'm Melissa Metry, and I am a realtor here in Dallas, Texas. And I'm here today to talk to you about the top 5 things to look for in a home inspection. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing is foundation. Foundation is the workhorse of the house. So this is everything that supports the home, the frame, drywall, everything up to the roof. So what inspectors really look for are typically, the perimeter of the home. They'll walk around it. They'll look for cracks in the ceilings, in the walls. They'll look for moisture, mold, anything that could affect the wood that supports the home. They'll also be able to look at previous repairs if it has been repaired and be able to tell you about that as well. Foundation repair costs usually run around $4,500, but they can always go really higher up to $15,000. So it's very important to have that checked out for sure and make sure that's all well and good to go. The next thing you want to check is the roof. The roof, you always want to ask, how old is the roof? The inspector will walk on the roof. They'll check for leaks. They'll climb, do the visual inspection. They'll also check with binoculars and just see if there's any damage or missing shingles, the flashing, the gutters, vents. They'll look at all of that. So really minor repairs on the roof are anywhere between $150 to $1,500. While, replacing the whole roof is a lot more, going from $6,000 to $12,000, even higher than that. So that's something to really look for when, in an inspection, because that could be a costly repair. The next thing is plumbing. And home inspection will include inspection of the water flow, the pipes under the home, the showers, bathtubs, sinks, faucets. Inspectors will check for leaking, corroding of pipes, cracked pipes, and they'll really look at the walls, the flooring to make sure there's no buckling, things like that. The average cost of the repair of a plumbing situation is really around $1,000 to $5,000. So you really want to check and make sure that the plumbing is good to go. This might also involve getting a plumber to camera the line, which some inspectors don't do, but you may want to also request that. That's a good thing to do because you can see through the pipes if they're cracked or corroded or anything like that. So that's another good suggestion. Let's see, the next thing is the electrical systems. And assessing this is very important because a lot of electrical issues can pose a serious threat to the house of house fires and potentially life-threatening conditions. So during an inspection, the electrician would look over the breaker box and all of the wiring. They'll also look for corroded wires or wires that have not been done properly. They'll look at switches and receptacles. A lot of times I see that you need a GFCI outlet in areas where there's a sink, and that's actually really easy to put in. I see that on a lot of my reports in homes that are not newer builds. So that usually costs, I don't know, anywhere from like $50 to $100 per outlet. So that's not anything big. If you did need to do rewiring or something like that, that would be something more, and that would cost anywhere from $1,500 to, $2,000, $5,000. So that's something to also consider. Let's see, the next thing would be the HVAC system. And you really want to know the age of the air condition. You want to know the type, the model, make, year, all of that. So with that, they'll look at the systems functioning properly. They'll also look at the furnace, and you want to make sure that this is going well, that it doesn't need to be cleaned, because if you need a new air condition, that's probably going to cost around $3,000 to $12,000 depending on how big it is and how much you need. Also, if you need a new furnace, that's going to probably cost around $6,000 and up. So these are things that you really want to check out and make sure, that they're good to go. If your home needs repairs, there's always options to work with the seller and ask for these repairs to be done before closing. And this is where the seller will hire different people to fix these problems, and then they'll turn in their receipts before closing. Or they could also give you money for these repairs. If you send people out and get bids and then send those in, that's always an option as well. If the realtor thinks that, they're really not likely to pay for these repairs, then you can always offer to split them with the seller. And that's something that the seller, might consider as well. So really, your realtor needs to be in tune with the situation and know what's going on to be able to advise you the best way possible. Um, so why is it important to have a good realtor? It's important because you need to have someone that you trust, that knows the situation, that they're equipped to handle it, and they know how to get you the most for your money. So that's why you need to pick someone like me. But that's all for today, and next time I'll be going over another topic. Please shoot me a message or a comment below if you have any questions, and I would be happy to answer them. Thanks. Have a great night.